What up YouTube? It's T-Dub Unplugged, and today I'm going to show you how to get to San Francisco on the bus from Sayulita. Not the one in Cali, the one in Mexico, aka San Pancho. Here we go. So when you take the bus from Sayulita to San Pancho, it drops you off right in front of this PMEX station and this OXXO. And from there you have to either take a taxi, or if you're lucky enough to be able to get an Uber, or do what we're about to do, which is walk into town. So hopefully it's not that far of a walk. Supposedly it's like half a mile, we'll see. Anyway, they drop you off right on the main highway. So this is what the road looks like when you're walking into town. It actually looks just like Sayulita. San Francisco, aka San Pancho, is just a small little beachside surfing town, sort of like Sayulita, except it's not as touristy as Sayulita yet. But, well, that's what they say. I'll be the judge of that, because a lot of these places they claim aren't discovered. You get there and there's a bunch of tourists. But from what I understand, there's not as much foot traffic here as far as tourism goes as there is in Sayulita. But it's the same kind of setup. It's basically one road in. You have a bunch of backpacker hostels, smaller hotels, smaller cafes, bars, that kind of thing. And most people get around on foot or motorcycle or bike. So we're just walking up in here. It's pretty hot today, but it's not as hot as other days, and it's not that humid, so that's a plus. Hitting the bottleneck here. Open me some. Sorry, ladies. This area is kind of tripping me out, because this does not look like the rest of Mexico I've been in lately. It actually looks like Central America. Which I dig, because that's where I'm from. least there's shade on this side. Dude was tripping out on my Osmo Pocket. So all kind of neighborhoods up in these side streets. Yeah, I'm just tripping out on how much of this town looks like the city I'm from, Puerto Cabeza in Nicaragua. I swear to God, like this yard looks like the yard I used to have, or yards that my neighbors used to have. So this is the yard I used to play in when I was a kid. It's humongous, just as I remembered it. You know, sometimes when you're a kid, things seem big, and I was wondering if now as an adult it would really still be big, or if it was just the fact I was small, but it's pretty huge. It's nice seeing it again. Stripping out. Crazy. So apparently the sewer busted. Well, not apparently. You could see it gushing right there from the sewer. And there's water going all up and down the street. And you can definitely smell it. It's hot and humid. Talk about piping hot. Woo-wee. So here you have a park. It's actually pretty big. Then you got people selling clothes, tacos. And I'm trying not to get splashed by shit water, because that would not be bueno. Shit, I'm gonna go open this kiosk though. Get me some beer. Shit, that dog is hyped up on something. So you got more restaurants, a cafe, a gelato spot. Probably gonna have to hit that up because I only had one cup of coffee. It wasn't that strong. That coked up dog again. Dude's on some shit. This town is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. The way they described it in the guidebook and on the internet, it made it sound like just a little Mexican pueblo, but this is far from it. It's actually as big as Sayulita, if not bigger. So I'm just tripping out on that. Here's another breakfast spot. These are cool paintings. Nice. Here's Pancho Vida. I see what you did there. I don't know how Pancho Villa would feel about that. chicken. Looks good. So after you walk down the main road, you get to this little rotunda, this little circular area. There's all kind of shops, and there's a bunch of vendors selling different trinkets and tourist stuff. A lot of indigenous blankets and dresses and stuff. And there's the beach. Okay. Pretty cool. Sorry. Homeboy's getting his sleep on. I don't blame him. He's taking a siesta. And here you have it, folks. The beach at San Pancho, aka San Francisco. Actually, the name of the town is San Francisco. It's just everybody calls it San Pancho for short. That's a Mexican nickname for San Francisco. Pancho, Pacho, it's never made any sense to me. Just like calling somebody named Richard Dick. Dudes are getting down. Okay, so we made it to San Pancho, aka San Francisco. And I ain't talking about the one in Cali, I'm talking about the one over here in Nayarit, Mexico. Getting myself a cold beer. Well, it's not so cold anymore. It's pretty hot out here. But it's not as hot as it's been lately in Puerto Vallarta and Sayulita. The waves are rough though, so you can't get in the water today. There's a red flag warning. So, with that said, you can't get in the water, which is understandable. I just wanted to give my thoughts real quick on this town. I like Sayulita, but I do see what the appeal of this town is over that one for a lot of people, because just walking through, to me, there seem to be a lot more shops and restaurants and bars. It seems a lot bigger. Then again, the street walking down from the main highway was about half a mile, whereas Sayulita is a little more spread out. So I don't know, maybe it seems bigger, but I could be wrong. But for sure, the water here is a lot prettier and cleaner. And the last time my wife and I were in Sayulita, it was looking kind of dirty. I'm just gonna keep it real. It was black. And I don't know if that's because of the recent storms we've been having. It's been raining a lot, but the water quality wasn't as visible and clear as it normally is. We came down here in 2018 and it was a lot cleaner. The Sayulita has had some issues with sewage and wastewater from the city for quite some time. I don't know if that's playing a role or what, but I know for certain in Puerto Vallarta is playing a role because it's been affecting the water quality there. But anyhow, the water out here is blue, it's clean, it's clear. It's just rough right now, and there's some mean riptides, so it's pretty to look at. I wasn't planning on getting in anyway, so it's all good. But so far I'm digging this town, and getting here from Sayulita was pretty easy. If you're coming from Puerto Vallarta, you take a bus to the Walmart station. From the Walmart station, you then take another bus into Sayulita, which is an hour, and that costs 50 pesos for 2 people, so it's 25 each. And then you take a bus from Sayulita over here to San Pancho, which is about, I'd say 10-15 minutes. It wasn't that long. It's pretty close, and that one cost us, if I recall correctly, 20 pesos each. Then from there, you can either take a taxi or an Uber into town, or just do what we did and walk through the town. It's a nice walk. It wasn't that hot. There's a lot to see, and if you've never been here, it's cool to take in the scenery. But anyway, I highly recommend checking it out. It's an easy day trip, and you could actually do it from Puerto Vallarta. So let me finish my cerveza. So when you're done hanging out in San Pancho, you just catch the bus where you caught it into town, which is in front of the gas station on the main road. And if you're gonna head back to Puerto Vallarta, you catch the bus here to go back to Sayulita, and from Sayulita catch the bus back to PV. Hope this video helped you guys. It makes a really cool day trip from Puerto Vallarta or from Sayulita to go to San Francisco, aka San Pancho.